All right. Anybody got any testimonies they want to give on this beautiful Shabbat that the Most High has made? Sure.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Anything else?
The other week when I was in the hospital, and I got there, and this lady, the x-ray technician that was taking me to the x-ray, she came back and she said she wanted to pray for me. That Jesus told her to pray for me. And after she prayed for me, I told her, I said, to call him that name. But he allowed me to be able to witness to her in there and give her the correct name, and she was able to receive it.
Wow.
And then my stomach stopped hurting.
He got you there for a reason.
He got me there for a reason.
Yeah.
I just want what Church of some teaching about recently happening field. Is here lately, I look like I'm waiting for Christ to get here and start getting ready. Shabbat, it's like a excitement about us coming together, just being amongst family. It's really starting to be just a blessing. We start the day feeding the homeless, going out there. I just had your all morning. It's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful amongst like-minded people. It was such feeling I had in the church, but since I came to this today, nothing like it.
I'm glad you touched on us going out getting to the homeless today. Again, these are things that the Mashiach need, you know what I'm saying? We have to follow his footsteps. Let's go to Isaiah 58:10. Isaiah 58, verse 10. Isaiah 58:10.
I want to make sure to keep the background noise to a minimum before. Quiet. Children back there. Quiet.
We got to realize that, you know what I'm saying, going out feeding the homeless, that's something that we are required to do. You know what I'm saying? It's not really a choice. It's a requirement of us. You know what I'm saying? If we got it, if we see our brother that don't have it, it was our job then to restore them. It's our job now to reach our hand out to help them out. So I want to say let's thank the Most High for allowing us to be in a position to help
Yeshayahu chapter 58 and verse 10. If you draw out your soul to the hungry,
what?
If you draw out your soul to the hungry.
So today we went out, we gave food, you know what I'm saying, to the hungry. We had coats, you know what I'm saying, with the intention of giving out to the homeless. So we drew out our soul to the hungry, right?
And satisfied the afflicted soul.
And we did our portion in satisfying the afflicted soul that was out there, right?
Then shall your light rise in obscurity.
Then shall your what?
Your light rise in obscurity.
Who is the light? The Mashiach is the light, right? Let's jump to Matthew 25 and 35.
Yahoo chapter 25 and verse 35. For I was a hunger, and you gave me meat.
Who is this speaking? So Mashiach, he said, I was hungry and you gave me meat. Agree?
I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in.
Now, keep going.
Naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me.
Again, that's another portion that we have to do as a congregation. We got to hit these prison systems. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of brothers in there that need spiritual guidance. You know what I'm saying? They've reached their lowest point. You know what I'm saying? Getting treated like dogs in cages. So it's our job to reach out our hand to them brothers as well. You know what I'm saying? Get them some encouragement. You know what I'm saying? Get them this word, this spiritual food, right? Go ahead.
Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Master, when saw we you are hungry,
So this is the Mashiach speaking. We're like, when was you hungry? Read.
and fed you,
Uh-huh.
or thirsty, and gave you drink?
Uh-huh.
When saw we you a stranger and took you in, or naked and clothed you? Or when saw we you sick or in prison and came to you?
So he's saying, like, when did this stuff happen to you? And it was us that came to you. You know what I'm saying? Read.
And the king shall answer and say to them, Truly I say to you, inasmuch as you have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren,
So we did it to the least, right? We went out to the people who get spit on, who get looked at. Oh man, they ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? They done did something. They like to get them there. You know what I mean? We supposed to draw out our arms, our hands to the least. He says, if you what?
insomuch as you have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren,
Read.
you have done it unto me.
So let's give a hand clap for that, y'all. All praises to the Most High. I'm definitely glad that we was able to do that. Matter of fact, let's touch the Sirach real quick. Again, a lot of people have that feeling like I'm not going to give to the poor because I get got. They ain't gonna do nothing but go buy this with it. They ain't gonna do, you know what I'm saying? And that's not the mindset you're supposed to take going into this thing. Right? Go ahead, I'll read through what you got.
Sirach 29 and verse 7. Many therefore have refused to lend for other men's ill dealing.
So it's people that refuse to do these things because other men have done you wrong. But again, the Mashiach gave his life for everybody. He didn't say, oh, because they plotted to kill me, and I'm not gonna die for the sins of everybody. You know what I'm saying? He didn't just seclude certain people out of Israel. I'm gonna die for your sin. It was for everybody. Everybody has the opportunity to do wrong. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has the opportunity to make it into the kingdom. Right? Read that again.
Many therefore have refused to lend for other men's ill dealing, fearing to be defrauded. Yet have you patience with a man in poor estate.
So have patience with these people in poor estate. Because to me, how I look at it is if it was me, I would want somebody to reach their arm out to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type of person, like I always say, I put myself in other people's shoes. And it's hard to think that you don't have nowhere to lay your head at night. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to think that you don't have no food to eat. You know what I'm saying? Your children with you. You know what I mean? It's hard to see that. So when you see somebody out there and they reaching out their hands and say, hey, can you help me? It's your job, it's your duty to oblige them according to what the Mashiach said. All right?
Yet have you patience with a man in poor estate, and delay not to show him
They
mercy.
say do it with an instant. Don't delay to show that person mercy. Read.
Help the poor for the commandment's sake.
For the what?
For the commandment's sake.
So again, this is not something that we have a choice to do. This is a commandment. All right? Read.
And turn him not away because of his poverty.
So he said, don't turn this man away because of his poverty. You know what I'm saying? It takes a very courageous person in the first place to ask for anything. You understand what I'm saying? So if they have the guts enough to ask with the sincerity of your heart, be, you know what I'm saying, that same way to give back. You know what I mean? So for what was done today, man, I just thank the Most High for allowing us to be able to do that. As far as the lesson today, it is entitled, Money Goes Up, Blessings Come Down. Right? So, Kyle, what you think this is about? Love of money.
Take money and you don't owe the people. That's what the best thing.
really what this is about to go into is how, you know, in that church mindset, we believe that as long as we gave our 10%, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? As long as we gave our money, he was gonna receive money. Or he was gonna receive material things, right? The outlook on blessings as the world look at it is things that are tangible. You know what I'm saying? Material things, carnal things, you know what I'm saying? And it's sad to say that a lot of people measure their relationship with the Most High based on what they have. And looking at the estate of our people, a lot of our people's relationship with the Most High is at a low estate. You know what I'm saying? So we got to figure out a way to change that within ourselves and with the people that's around us, because we are that light. You know what I mean? So you got brothers in Israel that's wanting cars, money, you know what I mean? And making people believe that when you come into this truth and you're doing your things for the Most High, that this is what you get. You're going to get the fancy cars. It's fast. It's even spilled over to now, there's brothers in Israel that's doing tithes, offering. You know what I'm saying? Which is a sad thing. So let's get Colossians 3 and 2.
Epistle of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 2. Set your affection on things above.
Do what?
Set your affection on things above.
So you're supposed to set your affections on the things that are above. Are the things above have anything to do with cars, clothes, money, any of that stuff? Anything tangible? No, not at all, right? We got a different time.
Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth.
Not on things on the earth, right? Because when your affection is set on the things of the world, you already lost the battle. You know what I'm saying? Because this battle that we're going through is what? Spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, the law is spiritual but have physical benefits. Vice versa. The spiritual thing that you set your mind on is going to have a physical benefit, right? Just like the law of not eating certain things. It has a physical benefit to that. You know what I'm saying? And because of your love for the Most High, you're physically healthy, right? You get what I'm saying? But once you start to go into this carnal mindset, the tangible things, you already starting to lose. You know what I mean? And that's what the people of this world look at. They don't set their minds on the things that's above. Like the tithes, like you spoke about, right? I know we know and hear about the tithes and the offering, what they are. But we're gonna briefly go over it today. You know what I'm saying? Just to push forward the point of what we're trying to get at. When people tithe in church, what are they really doing? Are they doing it for the Most High? Or are they doing it for themselves? They're doing it for themselves. They're not going in there saying, "I gotta give it to the Father." What are they saying, bro? What are they saying when they get that tithe? Give and it shall be given. That's the only thing they thinking about. I'm gonna get something back tenfold, hundredfold. I'm in the $1,000 line this week. What? You know what I'm saying? They get stuck on that stuff, and it starts to be placed into our minds. You know what I mean? Subconsciously, this is how we think about everything. You know what I mean? Let's get Deuteronomy 14. Let's go into the top. Deuteronomy 14 and verse 22. Because again, people are looking for their own benefits. They're not even looking to please the Most High with their so-called tithe. Deuteronomy 14:22. We're going to briefly go over this. I know y'all know this.
Deuteronomy chapter 14 and verse 22. You shall truly tithe all the increase of your seed.
Of your what?
Of your seed.
Does that mean that the sowing of the seed, you got $100 on your check? That's not what that's talking about, right?
That the field brings forth year by year.
The field bring forth year by year, right? So again, it's supposed to be talking about money. But go ahead, give verse 27.
Verse 27.
What were we supposed to tie to? Go ahead.
And the Levite that is within your gates, you shall not forsake him, for he has no part nor inheritance with you.
So he don't have no part of inheritance to you. So this is one of the people you're supposed to tithe to. And again, the tithes weren't money. Matter of fact, read verse 22 again, and then read verse 23. Just to show that the tithes wasn't money for those who are watching.
Verse 22. You shall truly tithe all the increase of your seed, that the field brings forth year by year. And you shall eat.
You shall what?
You shall eat before Yahuwah your power in the place which he shall choose to place his name there.
So we know we can't eat money. That's first and foremost. All right. Then it says tithe at the place where the Most High set his name at. We're not at that place. So these tithes that these people are taking is straight up robbery. Right? And again, it was food. Understand? Let's get verse 29.
Verse
Because
29.
again, these people are only tithing for their own benefit. They're not thinking about the Most High. They're tithing for their own benefit. Right? Read.
And the Levite, because he has no part nor inheritance with you, and the stranger and the fatherless and the widow, which are within your gates, shall come and shall eat and be satisfied, that Yahuwah your power may bless you in all the work of your hand which you does.
So again, the reason that the blessings came was because their intent was to give to somebody else. The command was for you to bring what your field brought forth that year to make sure somebody else was fed. You understand what I'm saying? But again, that's not the outlook of our people. The church done flipped it. Right? This famous lady. And let's see how they twisted the tithe and blessings. I know about Shirley, right? I'll grab my face. try to play a couple games, y'all. But show me. Let's see how this woman tries to twist up this. All right.
We've been at this for a very, very long time. We've helped thousands of people.
That I want to share with you tonight. I don't know whether I want to slow it down. No, I'm just going to let the Holy Ghost dictate the service. Is that all right? There's a song tonight that deals with obedience. Somebody say obedience. The Bible gives us to know that you ought to pay your tithes. I didn't write it, it's in the book. Read the 3rd chapter of Malachi, I didn't write it.
All right, let's pause real quick.
Let's read
Let's
the
read the
third
third chapter of Malachi. Listen. Whoa! I didn't write it. It's in the book. Okay. Let's go to what she is speaking of when she says, read the 3rd chapter of Malachi. Let's go to the famous verse 8. Matter of fact, before we go to that verse, what was tithes again? What did we say? What did the scripture say? Food. It was a food offering, right? Okay, read verse 6 of Malachi.
Malachi 3 and 6. For I am Yahuwah, I change not.
He says he what?
I am Yahuwah, I change not.
So if it was a food offering then, what would it be now? Food offering, right? Okay. Drop down to verse 8.
Verse 8. Will a man rob the Most High?
So again, this is what she's speaking about. Will a man rob the Most High, right? Read.
Yet you have robbed me.
Now we're going to see how this lady tried to twist this thing, but it says you have robbed me, but in what?
But you say, when have we robbed you? In tithes and offerings.
Read.
You are cursed with a curse.
You are what?
You are cursed with a curse. For you have robbed me, even this whole nation.
So again, here it says you are cursed with the curse because you have robbed him in tithe and offering. But again, the scriptures explain themselves, right? So who was he talking about in Malachi, the 3rd chapter? Levi. Please, let's go back. Malachi 2 and 1.
Malachi 2 and 1. And now, O you priests, this commandment is for you. If you will not hear,
So he said the priest, this commandment is for you. If what?
if you will not hear, and if you will not lay it to heart to give esteem to my name, said Yahuwah of hosts, I will even send a curse upon you.
I will do what?
I will send a curse upon you.
So this curse was for who? It was for the Levites, right? So again, these people that's pushing this, pay your tithes and offering to the pastor because you're going to get your blessings, is utter madness. But let's keep going on with
He declares, I'll open up the windows of heaven and I will pour out on you blessings. So much so that you won't even have room enough to receive what God's got for you. You see, the Bible gives us.
She said that real confident, right? He's going to open up the windows and he's going to give you a blessing that you can't even receive, right? Okay. Let's go back. Let's see what this opening up the windows for. Again, a lot of y'all know this. But just to push home this point. Let's go to Genesis chapter 7. pick it up at the 11th verse. Now remember, what was the tithe and offering? It was food offering, right? That the what bring forth year by year? The field bring forth year by year, right? Okay, she spoke about the windows of the Shamayim opening up, right? Read that.
Genesis 7 and 11. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of Shamayim were open.
Blessings came down. It had to, right? Read.
And the rain.
And the what?
And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights.
So again, when the windows of the Shamayim open up, what comes down?
Rain.
So when you want your grass to grow, what do you say? Well, I hope it rain today. Getting my grass looking pretty, right? That's the same thing with the crops. We had that garden, right? The community garden. And when it rained, what happened to those crops? They grew so much that we had to start what? Giving it away, because it was too much for us to receive, right? So again, there is your windows of Shamayim opening up and giving you a gift that you couldn't receive, right? But let's go on.
To know that when you're not a tither, then you're a thief. Some of you are wearing God's money. Got his money on your feet. Some of you are riding in God's money. The Bible asks the question, will a man rob God? Yes! But I come tonight to tell you, you want to be blessed.
You want to be what?
Pay some taxes. And pay your offering.
She wearing the money on her head. She wearing it on her clothes. How much money can we give the Most High? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So again, this lady is straight blasphemous. But we were I want y'all to hear a portion of the song. None of y'all catch the Holy Ghost. Again, like I said, it's just a show. Blessed, pay your tithes and your offering, right? Now again, this thing that the Most High set into place has nothing to do with what they talk about. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna come to you, they gonna look flashy. You know what I mean? They gonna make it seem like one of the brothers that I've dealt with in the past, a lot of brothers that don't say it. But he bought a fancy car for his business. Right? And he said out of his mouth, I may not be living like this, but if they see this car, it's going to make them invest in my business. So, the same thing what these pastors do. They come in there with the best suits on, they got the gators, they got the nice car outside. You know what I'm saying? At home, people be like, oh man, well, why the pastor got to drive this car? But when they get there, they so amazed at it. it just go out the window. Oh man, I want to get it. All right, Pastor. He blessed. He must love the Most High. The Most High must love him. Complete madness. Read that out.
Isaiah 30:10. Started 9. That this is a rebellious people,
This is a rebellious people. Read.
lying children, children that will not hear the law of Yahuwah.
So they'll talk about the times, but won't go back to the law, right? And this again is going to speak about what we gave to the homeless today. When we were out there, a lady started to, Caucasian woman, started to speak out of the Bible, right? So of course we had to make sure that the Most High's word went forth, right? And a lot of our people dismissed us because they were out there giving food as well, right? But we're going to see about that. Go read verse 9 again.
That this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of Yahuwah, which say to the seers, see not.
Oh man, what y'all talking about out here? Well, don't tell me none of that stuff, read.
And to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things.
Because the lady came out there with food and clothes, and just like Shirley Caesar on here singing, with using that voice, right? It says, speak unto us what?
Speak unto us smooth things.
We want to hear a lie. I kid you not. While I was out there today, a brother said, tell me that good old lie. I want to hear a good old lie. Because this is the mindset of our people. And if we allow this stuff to go on, it's just the cycle ain't gonna never stop. Right, read?
Prophesy deceits.
Do what?
Prophesy deceits.
If you tired, you can have a car just like Pastor. Right? You can do that. You can have all of what I have. Right, read?
Get you out of the way.
Some of them people talk, man, why don't y'all just leave? Right? We messing up their food. Read.
Turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One, the Kadesh One of Israel, to cease from before us.
So this is their mindset. They don't want, when the real word come in, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to go back to the law. They don't want to hear the truth about these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? They would rather rock with the lie. Get Jeremiah 7 and 8. They would rather rock with the lie.
Yirmiyahu chapter 7 and verse 8. Behold, you trust in lying words.
You do what?
You trust in lying words that cannot profit.
So these people is trusting in the lying word that can't profit them nothing. And again, those people was going out there today and preaching complete lies, saying it's okay to celebrate Halloween. We just gonna call it Harvest Day. You know what I'm saying? Same thing they do in the church. And the people soak it all up. You know what I mean? But it says you what?
You trust in lying words that cannot profit.
And trust in lying words that can't profit. Because our eyes are looking at these people like, wow, they got something that I want. They got something that I can have, that I aspire to. Your basketball players, your rappers, your pastors, your singers, you know what I'm saying? Whoever our people look up to. You know what I mean? Let's get Psalm 73 and 12, because we forget what's really going on with these people. We look to these people and want the fancy car, we want the fancy clothes, the jewelry, the money, and forget what the scriptures say about these individuals.
Psalm 73 and 12. Behold, these are the unfaithful who prosper in the world.
Who do what?
Who prosper in the world.
So these are the people that are unfaithful. These are the people who don't keep the commandments of the Most High, who prosper in these worlds. And do what?
They increase in riches.
They increase in riches. It's never enough for them. You know what I'm saying? They go a step higher every time. You know what I mean? But again, when we look at these things, we're breaking a commandment subconsciously and don't even know it. Let's get Exodus 20 and 17. We don't even know what we're doing subconsciously, but it's been placed into our brains for us to do this.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 17. You shall not covet your neighbor's house.
You shall not do what?
You shall not covet your neighbor's house.
Because you want the car that the pastor got. You want the type of clothes that Dwayne Wade got on. You know what I'm saying? You want all of these things that these people are projecting to be it or in. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know that we're breaking the commandment by doing these things. Let's get John 2 and 16. First John chapter 2 and verse 16. First John. I John.
First John chapter 2 and verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh,
The what?
the lust of the flesh,
Go ahead.
and the lust of the eyes,
The lust of the eyes. Well, a lot of our people fall victim to. Even those that are Israel fall victim to the lust of the eyes. Read.
and the pride of life.
And the pride of life. Let's go to James chapter 1. And let's pick it up at verse 15. The lust of the eyes. Well, I did a lesson on it before, you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what we fall into. The stuff that we see. You know what I'm saying? Not even knowing that once you obtain this thing, like what I spoke about earlier, man. You want that 2015 300, right? But in 2021, that's gonna be the old 300. Now you're gonna want something new. It never ends, right? All because of the lust of your eyes. Read.
James chapter 1 and verse 5. 15. Then, when lust has conceived,
That lust of the eyes, when it's finally conceived, read.
it brings forth sin.
It do what?
It brings forth sin.
Because you would do anything to get it. Go ahead.
And sin, when it is finished,
Uh-huh.
brings forth death.
When it is finished, it brings forth death. So watch be careful, be mindful of what your mind it goes off and lust at. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to have your mind on the things of the Most High, right? Not nothing that'll take you away from them. Go back to Colossians 3 and 2, huh? We subconsciously have these things placed in our mind. The crazy part is we have to learn how to put our affections on the things of the Most High.
Colossians chapter 3 and verse 2. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth.
Okay, let's get Proverbs chapter 28. Set your eyes on those things that are above, right? The blessings that come from the Most High. Not the blessings that the wicked get. Because they're blessings indeed. But are they from the Most High? Go ahead, 28 and verse 20.
Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 20. A faithful man shall abound with blessings, but he that makes haste to be rich
He that do what?
makes haste to be rich.
He that trying to get rich quick scheme, all of these, even going and paying your so-called tithes in the church is a get rich quick scheme because you're expecting something in return. Right? Read that again.
But he that makes haste to be rich shall not be innocent.
Because you're going to do something that goes against the Most High in order to receive what you're getting. Right? And it baffles me that people don't even realize that how Shaitan is behind all of this. He's been pulling the same thing from the beginning. He's been telling the same lie over and over and over again. Who played video games when they were young? Play video games, right?
Sister Pat? I'm playing. What you playing? Sorry.
Yeah, and then that other thing goes into 64, they take those 64.
Rock soccer robots or something.
Yeah, those too.
So no, we gonna go off that in a second. Get 1 Peter 5 in there real quick. 1 Peter 5. This ain't gonna be alone with y'all. It's just get to the point. 1 Peter 5. We gonna go back to that game.
1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walks about seeking whom he may devour.
He seek whom he may devour. So we got a couple people that say they play a game, right? So Brother Sakai, you ever played any fight games?
Yeah, my favorite fight game back in the day was
Mortal
Mortal Kombat.
Kombat. Okay, let's deal with Mortal Kombat, right? Who was your favorite Scorpion? Exactly, brother. Get over here, right? That famous move, right? If you were fighting against somebody, because that's what Hashaitan is doing with us. He's fighting with us, right? You was fighting against somebody, and you seen, what was your favorite move? Was that your favorite move? If you seen that move kept getting you the victory, are you going to stop doing that move? No. You're going to keep doing it and doing it and doing it until it don't work no more, right? That's the same thing that Hashaitan been doing since the beginning. He been pulling the same trick on us from the beginning. Who was that you said earlier? Basketball player?
Oh, James Edwards, who did the same move every time, and they couldn't do nothing with it. Bouncing, turn around real slow, shooting. He never faked and went the other way. It was the same thing, and they couldn't do nothing with it, which doesn't make no sense to me.
They knew it was coming. You know that once he get the ball, this brother's about to do the same thing and the same move every time, right? We read in the scriptures where Hashaitan has done the same thing from the beginning, and we still can't get past it as a people. Let's get into it. Let's go. Let's start off in Ezekiel 28. We'll pick it up in the 15th verse. We'll run through this guy's history.
Ezekiel 28 and verse 15. Verse 14. You are the anointed cherub that covers, and I have set you so. You was upon the Kadesh mountain of the Most High. You have walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire.
So he had a high position, right? He was one of the top dogs, right?
You was perfect in your ways you was perfect in your ways from the day that you was created.
So what more could he want? You have everything that you desire. What more could he want? That's the same thing with these celebrities. You know what I'm saying? They had to us, it's like, man, what more? You got millions of dollars, you got this, but they still want more. It's never enough, right? Good.
Till iniquity was found in you.
So till iniquity was found in him, he was perfect, right? Read.
By the multitude of your merchandise, they have filled the midst of you with violence, and you have sinned. Therefore, I will cast you as profane out of the mountain of the Most High, and I will destroy you, O covering cherub, from the midst of the stones of fire.
So Hashaitan knows his ending, right? The same thing with our people that know that if I keep dealing in wickedness, the Most High ain't gonna pay no attention to me, right? So what do they have to do? They have to eliminate the Most High out of their mind, and there they become reprobate. Well, let's keep talking about this, brother. Verse 17.
Thine heart was lifted up because of your beauty.
So because of what he had, he was like, oh, I'm the man, right? Nothing happen to me. I can't be stopped. Read.
You has corrupted your wisdom.
You have done what?
Corrupted your wisdom by reason of your brightness.
Now, what is the wisdom? Well, how do you obtain wisdom? The fear of the Most High is how you obtain wisdom. So it says you have corrupted your fear for the Most High, right? By your what?
By the reason of your brightness. I will cast you to the ground, I will lay you before kings, that they may behold you.
So you're not going to have this same position no more. I'm going to cast you to the ground. Let's get Isaiah 14, 12. He believed that he was as the Most High. Even though the Most High created him, he thought he was as the Most High and could eventually get above him. Right? So first he lied to himself. Go ahead.
Isaiah 14 and 12. Art you fallen from Shamaim, O Lucifer?
Remember, the scripture says he was cast down. It says, how are you fallen, O Lucifer? Read it.
Son of the morning,
Uh-huh.
how art you cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? For you have said in your heart, I will ascend into Shamaim. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
So he lied to himself first and foremost. I'm going to be like the Most High. He made himself believe that. So whenever you see a person that do that, they can't be the only one that believe in a lie, because it starts to, it get old. Like, come on, bro. You know this ain't gonna be you. So now he had to go and tell somebody else this thing, right? Let's go to Revelations 12. He had to get other people involved in his madness.
Revelations chapter 12 and verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Ha-Shatan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his Malachim were cast out with him.
So he done took the Malachim with him, right? He done got them to believe the same lie. Oh man, he created us, but we can be like him, ain't that, we can take him out. So he got cast out, right? Let's go back to who he told on the earth. Let's get back to Genesis. He told this lie once and took a bunch of Malachim with him. He told this lie the next time. This is what happened. Again, we all familiar with this. But let's get Genesis 3.
The book of Genesis, chapter 3 and verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahuwah had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, as the Most High said, you shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said to the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High has said, You shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest you die.
So she quoted this thing verbatim from the Most High. Like my uncle always say, the reason why their punishment was so bad is because you literally knew what you were doing. But like our people do, you will know what's right and what's wrong. But as soon as somebody tell you what you want to hear, you roll with it. Go ahead.
And the serpent said to the woman, You shall not surely die. For the Most High does know that in the day you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open.
Yeah, what?
Your eyes shall be open. And you shall be as gods.
And you shall be as what?
As gods.
So again, the same lie that he told himself, the same lie that he told the Malachim, is the same lie that he told Eve, right? And she relayed the message to her husband, right? So he said, you shall be as what?
As gods, knowing good and evil.
Okay, let's flip to Psalms 82 and 6 real quick.
Psalms 82 and verse 6. I have said, Ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High. But you shall die like men.
You shall what?
Die like
So
men.
he said, you're going to die like men, right? So now, he's told this lie to himself. He told the lie to the Malachim and knocked off a bunch of them. he told this lie to Eve. She told it to her husband, right? And now what happens to man? Let's get 2nd Esdras. Second Esdras chapter 3 and verse 7. So he took out a bunch of the Malachim. Now who is he aiming to take out?
2nd Ezra chapter 3 and verse 7. And unto him you gave commandment to love your way, which he transgressed. And immediately you appointed death in him and in his generation, of whom came nations, tribes, people, and kindreds out of number.
So he said he came to deceive the whole world. So his main focus after he did that with the Malachim was, I'm about to get the world. Right? Scriptures talk about him being the God of this world. And that's what he do. He go around deceiving everybody, telling them they can have the same blessing, that same life. You can be like God. You can have whatever you like. All you got to do is roll with me. Right? The same life. The same thing that they tell you in church. As long as you pay your tithes, you can have whatever you like. So much that you ain't going to even be able to receive it, right? Okay. Let's get Psalms. Not Psalms. Hold on 1 second. Let's get Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 22.
Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 22. The blessing of Yahweh, it maketh rich.
It says the blessing of the Most High, on the other hand, is going to make you rich, right? Now, let's look at the blessing on the other hand before we finish this out. When those people get rich, what do they say come along with that? More money, more problems, right? These people get rich and we look at like, how you become a drug addict? How you spend all your money on dope? How you know what I'm saying? They go insane. More money, more problems, right? Read that.
The blessing of Yahweh, it maketh rich.
But the blessing of the Most High, it make rich in what?
And he adds no sorrow with it.
And it adds no sorrow with it. So when you receive the blessing of the Most High, ain't no sorrow gonna come with it. You understand what I'm saying? Proverbs 10 and 22. Got it? All right, read it again, right?
Proverbs 10 and 22. The blessing of Yahweh, it maketh rich, and he adds no sorrow with it.
Okay. So in order to obtain this blessing of the Most High, what do you have to do? You got to keep the commandments, right? Most importantly, with those commandments, if somebody's keeping the commandments and don't do it for the Most High, they just do it just to do it. Do it count? Don't count, right? So let's go back to Colossians 3 and 2. We have to do this thing for the love of the Most High, right?
Colossians chapter 3 and verse 2. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth.
We have to keep this in mind first and foremost, right? Because the things of this world, they pass away. But the blessing from the Most High is going to last forever, right? But the crazy thing is our people have been stuck into thinking that if you don't got the clothes, if you don't got this, if you don't got that, that your relationship with the Most High is like we stated earlier, it's minuscule, right? And that the Most High don't love them. We seen a post on Facebook like, do he love those people that are poor? That should be no question. Because he speaks about the poor all throughout his scriptures. And no matter how many, on the level that we on, we all are poor to this system, right? Let's get Proverbs 13 and 12. Because when when you get into that mind state that because I don't have this, because I don't have that, the Most High don't love me, what your feelings towards the Most High start to dwindle away. You get people that believe in Kemet, they say, well, what type of God would put a people in poverty and do this and do that? What type of God, atheists say, what type of God would have commotion going all through the world not knowing what's this all about? You know what I'm saying? Proverbs 13:12.
Proverbs 13 and verse 12. Hope deferred makes the heart sick.
So if you thinking in your mind that the Most High don't love you, there's no telling what you will do. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have no more consequences. In your mind, you become reprobate. Oh, he don't love me anyway, I might as well go ahead and do my thing. Read that again.
Hope deferred makes the heart sick.
When your relationship with the Most High don't have nothing to do with those tangible things. Let's go to Psalms 37 and 16.
Book of Psalms, chapter 37 and verse 16. A little that a righteous man has.
A what?
A little that a righteous man has.
So a little that a righteous man has, read.
Is better than the riches of many wicked.
It's better than the riches of the wicked. Because again, that stuff is going to fade away. And at the end, they have their reward. This here, what they have on this earth, this is their reward. Right? But ours is to come. Read that again.
A little that a righteous man has is better than the riches of many wicked. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but Yahuwah upholds the righteous.
So he gonna smash out the wicked, but he gonna uphold that righteous man that don't have much, right? Read.
Yahuwah knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever.
For how long?
Forever.
So the Rothschilds, all of these major families, they got an inheritance, but is it gonna last forever? Not at all. The Most High said that the upright's inheritance is gonna last forever. Read.
They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied.
So again, being righteous it has way more substance than the riches of this world. Right? Let's get John 1 and 16. Because what is one of the greatest blessings that we have obtained? Anybody? Understanding. Right? And with understanding comes what? Wisdom. But what else do we get? What do we understand that we have now that we don't take advantage of? Who said it? You said grace? Exactly. That's one of our key blessings. Grace. Because we don't deserve it. Right? Let's get to that.
Yahukanan chapter 1 and verse 16. And of his fullness have we all received, and grace for grace.
So we received that grace for grace, right? Let's get Psalms 126, verse 5. You gotta remember, you look at these people who are doing well in the world and have these riches, it don't mean that they doing good to the Most High. Just because you in a predicament that you in don't mean that you're doing bad. All right?
The book of Psalms, chapter 126 and verse 5. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy.
Read that again.
They that sow in tears shall reap in joy.
So we on the bottom now. But we got something coming to us that we can't even imagine. All right? Get Isaiah 45 and 17. Just a brief little look into what we have coming. Isaiah 45 and 17.
Book of Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 17. But Israel shall be saved.
Shall what?
Shall be saved in Yahuwah with an everlasting salvation. You shall not be ashamed, nor confounded, world without end.
So those who do righteously will be saved and live in a world without end. I would take that over $1 million any day. See what I'm saying? Let's get Psalms 3 and 8.
Book of Psalms chapter 3 and verse 8. Salvation belongs unto Yahuwah. Your blessing is upon your people.
That salvation is our ultimate blessing. That's that ultimate goal that we need to strive for. You know what I'm saying? Just on another note, before we get ready to close out, if you think about the people that you grew up with or how you grew up, do it seem like the people that are striving to do good have the worst type of turmoil? Just like when you came into the truth, when you start seeing this stuff, you start trying to live your life for the Most High, you went through some of the worst times in your life, right? So when you look at the blessings of the Most High, they might not happen in an instant, but you working your way up to that everlasting blessing, that salvation, right? So let's look at a couple of spots in the scriptures where people were doing well, but weren't necessarily rewarded for their doing right off the bat. Let's go to Genesis chapter 4. The Most High tried to bless us off the bat. You know what I'm saying? He spit in his face every time. So now you got to work for it. Genesis 4:1.
The book of Genesis chapter 4 and verse 1. And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from Yahuwah. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto Yahuwah. And Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And Yahuwah had respect unto Abel and to his offering.
Abel strived to give the Most High his what? His best, right? Obviously Cain didn't do that because the Most High had respect to Abel's offering, right? So he strived to do righteously with the Most High. Abel did, right? But what happened to him?
But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very upset, and his countenance failed. And Yahuwah said unto Cain, Why are you angry? And why is your countenance fallen? If you do well, shall you not be accepted?
If you do well, shall you not be accepted? That's something to think about. If you do well with the Most High, you're going to be accepted where? His kingdom, right?
And if you do not well, sin lies at the door.
So if you don't do well with the Most High, you're already in sin, right? And then what's the end of it? Death, right?
And unto you shall be his desire, and you shall rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother. And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him.
So he slew Abel for him wanting to do righteously. He sought the life of his brother because his brother wanted to be more righteous than he. Not even that he wanted to be more righteous than him, he just was doing what he had to do for the Most High. So when you striving to do good for the Most High, things happen, and it's not always good, right? Let's get Job chapter 1.
Book of Job, chapter 1 and verse 1. There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job. And that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared the Most High, and eschewed evil.
Job was a perfect man and eschewed evil, right? What happened to Job? We all know, right? Let's drop down to verse 7. Again, he was perfect, had no sin in him. But does that mean that when the bad came, it was because he did something wrong? Not at all. Go ahead.
And Yahuwah said unto Ha-Shatan, Whence comest you? Then Ha-Shatan answered Yahuwah and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And Yahuwah said unto Ha-Shatan,
Who said?
Yahuwah said unto Ha-Shatan,
Ha-Shatan didn't come up with Job. The Most High did. Understand what I'm saying? So you got to realize, when you're doing well, you will be tried. You will be tried. Go ahead.
Have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a man, a perfect and upright man, one that fears the Most High and eschews evil? Then Ha-Shatan answered Yahuwah and said, Does Job fear the Most High for nothing? Have you not made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he has on every side? You have blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land.
So Job had all of this stuff. And Ha-Shatan, like, he only doing that stuff because you got him this stuff. He ain't faithful without it. Verse 11.
But put forth your hand now, and touch all that he has, and he will curse you to your face.
So did Job do something wrong for this to happen to him? Not at all. So again, we got to stop looking at blessings as being, you know what I'm saying, on a tangible level, because of the simple fact that when everything was taken away from Job, that was a blessing in itself, because he was able to prove to the Most High, hey, that I'm still rocking with you, no matter what, right? And he ended up getting everything twice over, right? Let's get this last example. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 4 and 15. Because Job was a shadow of something else.
Book of Hebrews, chapter 4, and verse 15. For we have not an high priest. Verse 14. Seeing then that we have a great high priest that is passed into Shamayim, Yahushua, the Son of the Most High. Let us hold fast our profession. For we have not an high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin.
So Hamashiach was what? Perfect. Eschewed evil. Right? Same thing like Job. If you look into the story of Job, it'll give you a little basically, if you look into Job, you'll see something about Job that nobody really looks into. And it's dealing with the offerings that he gave. You know what I'm saying? But that's another story. But Hamashiach is that high priest, right? He did not sin. Right? Let's go to 1 Peter 2 and 2.
First Peter chapter 2 and verse 22. Who did no sin, neither was guile found in his mouth.
So he said he did no sin, neither was guile found in his mouth. Read.
Who when he was reviled not again. When he suffered, he threatened not, but committed himself to him that judges righteously.
So the Mashiach was perfect in all of his ways. Did he deserve what happened to him? Let's get Isaiah 53. The same thing with Job, right? The scriptures are a shadow of everything. You know what I'm saying? The Mashiach was written in the volume, right? Isaiah 53 and that verse.
Isaiah 53 and verse 3. He is despised and rejected of men.
He's a perfect man, yet he is despised and rejected. Read.
A man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not.
Read.
Surely he has borne our griefs.
So he was a perfect man and bore the griefs of the sinners of the world. Read.
And carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of the Most High, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions.
He was perfect, but was wounded for our transgressions. Read.
He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our shalom was upon him. And with his stripes, we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way. And Yahuwah has laid on him the iniquity of us all.
So he was perfect, and the Most High laid on all of our iniquity on this perfect man. Right? So again, just because you're in a lower state, or because you're going through turmoil in your life, don't mean that you've done something bad. It could very well mean that you actually done something good. Read, huh?
He was oppressed and was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as sheep before her shearers is dumb, so he opened not his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment, and who shall declare his generation? For he was cut off out of the land of the living, for the transgression of my people.
For the transgression of the people. Come on, man. Go ahead.
Was he stricken, and he made his grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death.
And with the what?
With the rich in his death, because he had done no violence.
Yeah, did what?
No violence, neither was any deceit in his mouth.
So he died for the sins of everybody else when he had committed not a one. So again, blessings don't always come when you so-called doing right. Right? Let's get these last two scriptures and we'll close out. Let's go to Psalms 126 and 5. Again. Because when the Mashiach get here, he's gonna have everything. He's gonna be the king of the kingdom. Right? Anything that he had on this earth was nothing. But when he get back, he's gonna have all that over 100-fold. Right? Let's get that Psalms 126 and 5.
Psalms chapter 126 and verse 5. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy.
So the lesson that we need to look for, it has nothing to do with these tangible items that we're trying to get our hands on. Let's get Ephesians 1 and 3. We'll close out off there. And those that sow in tears shall reap in joy.
Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 3. Blessed be the Most High and Father of our Master, Yahushua HaMashiach, who has blessed us,
Who has what? With what?
with all spiritual blessings in Shamayim places in HaMashiach.
So that's what we need to be looking for. Those spiritual blessings in the Shamayim. Not nothing that have to do with this world. You know what I'm saying? That. So I say shalom. Questions?
What connection, if any, does the so-called Catholic Church have with Hasatan? Is there any, like, I know because I've seen something. No, I'm asking because I want to. Right. So go back to Job 1:7. Yeah, you said to and from, like.
That's exactly what that cross represents.
Exactly.
Book of Job, chapter 1 and verse 7. And Yahuwah said to Hasatan, whence cometh you? Then Hasatan answered Yahuwah and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it.
That's why they do it. If you ever seen the first crosses, they had the two things in there, and it was called a double cross. And what do you do? What is it called when you deceive somebody? It's called a cross. A double cross.
If it's even real.
But yes, real is definitely created in the United States laboratory. What the scripture says.
Psalm 91. What Psalm 91?
You know what the scripture says, right?
Psalms chapter 91 and verse 5. You shall not be,
I'm sorry, pick up the first
verse 1. He that dwell in the secret places of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
See, guys, so we dwell in the secret places of the Most High, keeping His commandments, you following the Mashiach, right? Read the next verse.
I will say of Yahuwah, He is my refuge and my fortress.
He's my what?
He is my refuge and my fortress.
See, guys, so if you're dwelling in that secret place, the Most High is your fortress, brother. Meaning you got protection from whatever they let fly, right? Drop down to verse 5.
Verse 5. You shall not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that fly by day.
See that? So are you afraid of the Ebola virus? They turn around and try to say it's airborne now, right? You're afraid of that? They said you ain't going to be afraid of the arrow that flies by day, right? Read on.
Nor for the pestilence that walk.
The what?
The pestilence that walk in darkness.
Or what?
Nor for the destruction that wastes at noonday.
See that? So we don't have to be afraid of any pestilence they try to release, but dwelling in that secret place of the Most High. Read the next verse.
1,000 shall fall at your side.
So you see, when they let it break out into a pandemic, you got 1,000 falling on your side, right? Read.
And 10,000 at your right hand.
What's going to happen?
But it shall not come near you.
Read that again.
But it shall not come near you.
See that, brother? So rest assured, the Most High will dwell in that secret place. It's going to be all right. Right?
Trying to be perfect.
No questions, comments, statements? Good?
I do got one question. Are we confident after this Day of Atonement done passed that if we were to perish today, that we would be with the Most High? See, show of hand. All right, that's what's up. You gotta stay like that.
Bring you all the scenario now. Lights and gas and everything we got cut off. Cold outside. You see a man drop a bag with his money in it. Just told you it's cold, no lights and gas and stuff is off. What do you do? Do you say, hey sir, you lost your money? You say, Most High just blessed me with this money. Go and pay your bill.
Give it back to him. Give it back to him.
I just experienced that. Like literally at my house, our lights and gas. I was like, what's this? I was like, $100. I
I mean, for real, that's what he recorded that. Drop hundreds on top of hundreds. That'd be hard to do.
You know, a lot of experience with artists. You still make it because the most out of business
Try my second.
So, yeah, I experienced it's almost like it's too hard for me.
We'll take it to the wicked people, and you know what they do. They go exactly. They go spend it.
Thanks, cuz. Hey, but on the real, you know, the law do tell you, you find something like that, just don't take it in your house and shit. So, you won't be good at you. Really, until you see the brother dead. And that's, you know, that's what they have to do. That's what they didn't see.
Say you sitting there.
What if you don't see the house? What if you don't see the house? Take it to the police, y'all. They suppose it. I wouldn't try to find it. Right. You know, they gonna
So what is that? Nobody
It's in the evidence room.
Can I go back and see it? We don't let civilians.
They have to give you your money back when you get arrested. You get arrested, you have money in your pocket, you put it back in your pocket, you never have money back.
make you pay for the armband and all that madness. Walk out of here with nothing. I was scared.
My nephew just got arrested, he got $500.
Right.
This was Saturday. He called, got out of jail. Just found his money for the family. He got a phone with money. Listen. They told him to get out. They just kicked him out of
Cops ain't great that night.
yeah.
Where the money at? What money? You ain't had no money when we got you.
He broke the law.
And you just be happy to get up out of there. Keep the money.
But we did find these drugs on you.
Yeah, $500, that was rough.
Parts of that case.
I'm not leaving about that boy I was saying something about my $500.
I'll go live in that kind.
We seen you jaywalk too.
You can go to jail or you can go home.
I'm saying if I'd already got locked up, you know what I'm saying? They offer that proposal on that too. You know?
That's real.
Like
You want to go to jail or go home? How long do I got to go to jail?
right.
That was your rule.
Anything more than an hour.
But you say
I
something
say
like
that $500 was your rule.
say that was Ruben Ford, huh?
Somebody say sit in this box for $100 an hour.
If I want to get up and go out of it, that's the thing.
I'm gonna pay $100 an hour to support.
No. They keep you $100 an hour.
Sit in the boxes. I'm about to announce that. Yeah. You getting out to it.
You got 500 coming out.
That's the opposite of jail.
The opposite is, I decide that I want to get up and get out, I can go. In jail, there is no option.
Right.
So you go to the gun. All right, I'm done now.
I'll be back next week. All right, Joe.
I can't take that.
Who you going in, mate?
Shit on my clear. Another Mutala, what's up for the next selection?
Yeah, we got a question here from Sister Terry. She says, ask the question about us following the laws of the land. Explain.
Let's get that. Go to Romans 13.
Pay your tithes, stop at their traffic lights. You know what I'm saying? Obey folks' law. They laws get to contradicting the most time.
A lot of people get that misconstrued.
Romans what?
Romans 13:1.
Did she text that to you?
Yes.
Oh, she texted to you. Okay.
Okay, where it say follow the laws of the land, we're going to the scriptures and see what this is actually talking about. This is Romans chapter 13 and verse 1. It says, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers.
Let every soul be subject to the higher power. Read.
For there is no power but of the Most High.
So even the people that's over you is ordained of the Most High. He actually puts you under these people's subjection. Go ahead.
Whosoever therefore resists the power, resist the ordinance of the Most High.
So resisting the power, actually fighting against the Most High. Read.
And they that resist shall receive themselves damnation. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil.
Now, we know that this is actually speaking like about his ministers. Saying his people that's over you. Because these rulers, you know what I'm saying, that's over his land, they ain't on this stuff. They ain't doing stuff to good works. It's completely the opposite. Go ahead.
Will you then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and you shall have praise of the same.
Like Mahat said, pay your taxes, stop at the lights, all of these things like this, that's nothing. Get a man his money, it's cool. But in conflict with what this book says, that's when you don't mess with it. They put this homosexual marriage and stuff on the books, that's against his law. We don't rock with that. So as long as it don't conflict with his book and his laws, do it. Nothing. Do it.
Similar, I'm gonna read another scripture too because this goes along with it. Because rulers, in all reality, are supposed to be exercising the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. This is why the United States government, all their penal codes, everything is to a degree based off of the law of the Most High. So if you murder, you go to jail, so on and so forth, right? But the Most High has a specific charge against it. Go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6. We'll pick it up at the first verse. Like he said, like again, Mashiach, when that was presented to him, that we have to pay tithes to Caesar. Look at Mashiach tell him. Yeah, pay that to him. Who fakes on him, right? Andrew Jackson, Benjamin Franklin, all that. Okay, pay them their money back, right? That's cool. But they're gonna have to answer because they won't do it like why we said. Pick it up at the first place.
Wisdom of Shalom, chapter 6 and verse 1. Hear therefore, O you kings, and understand. Learn, you that be judges of the ends of the earth.
So the Most High had given the earth into the hands of these wicked folks, right? So he said he got a message for them. He said, hear this, right? We don't.
Give ear, you that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations.
See that? So those that rule the people, right? Give ear to this, right? Read on.
For power is given you of Yahuwah.
See that? So the Most High said, I'll raise up the basis of men to rule. And that's what we got today. But they have the power from the Most High, right? But check out what he said. Read on.
And sovereignty from the highest. Who shall try your works and search out your counsels?
So what?
And search out your counsels.
Read on.
Because being ministers of his kingdom.
See that? So they actually are ministering over the kingdom of the earth. The kingdom is the rulership of the earth. So they are ministering over that, right? Well, check out what he says. Read.
You have not judged aright.
They have not did what?
You have not judged aright.
Read.
Nor kept the law. Nor walked after the counsel of the Most High.
See that? So they was given the earth to actually rule, but to uplift the Most High's ways. But they turn around and do something totally different. Well, marriage is between a man and a woman. We're going to go in the Constitution and we're going to change that. You know what I'm saying? And all of when you study their penal codes, you see they go against the Most High on various levels. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they want to separate church and state and all that other stuff. Really what they're saying is we don't want to deal with the truth. You know what I'm saying? We want to have our own political situation. That's contrary. Read the next verse. Check out what the Most High say he's going to do.
Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you. For a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places.
Exactly. So that's what's going to take place. Sharp judgment.
That's what I had said about Obama because if it was something that was meant to be for us to go through, he put in there, he allowed that person, he always allows that person that's in office that is over us to do what needs to be done to us to get us where we need to be.
Exactly. And again, this particular scripture is aimed directly at him. This cat come on the scene and say, well, even the Sermon on the Mount is so radical. You know, he attacked the scripture from cover to cover. Wicked is all outdoors, but like you said, the Most High put him in power. Because for the bulk of our people to get off of the righteous path and follow his wicked behind.
Or it's bringing more and more people now that are searching for the truth.
Yeah, that too.
More people are searching for the truth. And more people have an ear now where they can really listen. So his will is going to be done.
Exactly. So again, file your tax returns. I mean, even on that tip, you ain't even got to file like a sport to the law. That ain't even no real law. You know what I'm saying? But the laws that you do have to, they have in order, go ahead. Appreciate that. I'm just being honest. There is no law for filing no tax returns. That's not law. That's something they trick you.
It's a voluntary system, but it's the only voluntary mandatory thing that they have. It is no law.
Good.
They will come and drag you out of your bed, out of your house, if you don't pay, and it's not even the law.
Good. All them brothers there, Wesley Snipes, Lord here, all them brothers that went to jail for so-called tax evasion, all that. That shows you you are a slave. You still got to pay tribute to you done went and made this money off your talent or whatever, and then I got to have my peace. You don't give me my peace, I'm coming to put you in jail. To show you are in captivity. Hey, whatever. I'll stop at your stop sign. I do 5 over. Okay, I'll pay the $125. Okay, whatever. One day it's gonna flip. Y'all got it. You went 5 over. $125. Okay. But when they come to the car, I just look at them like, I don't realize it's gonna be our turn next. We're gonna be the office. So, everybody cool? Let's sing.